Hi, I'm Katie from What Katie Did, and today I'm going to be talking about girdles and why they're so important when you're recreating a polished vintage look. Girdles are an item of shapewear which are designed to smooth over the hips and your derriere to give a smooth line under clothing. Although people often think that shapewear it's all about losing the inches, in fact, most of the time you don't actually lose that many inches at all. It's more about smoothing out the lumps and bumps to create a smooth line under clothing to give you a polished and finished look. You will lose a minimal amount of inches, but it is very minimal indeed. I always describe it as when I'm wearing a vintage dress, the dress is very old and the seams are very old, and if the dress is very tight, I'm always worried about the seam splitting. So if I wear a girdle, I know I can bend over and sit down and I don't have to worry about that at all, and it really is just that little finishing touch, that little leeway with the seams and the dress size. You don't have to worry about seam splitting or anything like that, and it really helps. That smooth line that a girdle gives really helps your dress or your skirt fall really, really well and makes you look really polished and makes the dress or skirt look very, very expensive. And that's, when you look at women back in the 1940s and 50s in their photographs, their clothes did look absolutely amazing, and a lot of that does come down to their underpinnings. There are two types of girdles. One is an open bottom girdle, otherwise known as a roll-on or an OBG if you're in the trade, and that is basically what it says. It's got an open bottom and it's got the garters attached. And they started to come into fashion in the 1920s. Of course, during World War I, women stopped wearing full steel-bone corsets, and they still wore shapewear and foundations. And the first girdles, as we know them today, really started being worn in the 20s. And this was followed in the 30s by the Panty Girdle, when women started wearing slacks or pants and trousers. They always wore skirts before then, and it wasn't until the 30s with beach pajamas, and especially moving on to the 40s when they were working in factories during World War II, this is when panty girdles really became popular to wear under trousers and slacks. At What Katie Did, we tend to focus on open bottom girdles. Now, an open bottom girdle is generally a pull-on style, and it always has the garters attached. If people often asked if the garters can come off, and the answer is no, because the garters help everything stay in place, and if you were going to snip them off, then the girdle would roll up, and it wouldn't be much good to you. So the first thing to remember is if you're wearing an open bottom girdle, you always have to wear nylons, because you need the nylons to hold everything in place. We do several different types of open bottom girdle, and this one here is actually our girdlette, and people like this because it's kind of a cross between a deep suspender or garter belt and a full-on girdle, so it gives an extremely light, smooth line under clothing, and it's easy to get into because it is light control. It is made of a nice stretchy power mesh, so it is relatively easy to wiggle into and wiggle out of, and it's great as a day-to-day garment when you don't want too much shaping. And under pencil skirts, this little girdlette looks absolutely amazing. Moving on from our girdlette, we do a few styles of general pull-on girdle, including our Glamour Girdle, which is longer in length than our girdlette. This one finishes just below your bottom, so it covers your full bottom or derriere, and it has the satin shaping panels at the front to smooth out any pooches. It's made from a stretchy power mesh. Again, it's roll-on with no clasps, so you get a smooth line under clothing, and unlike the girdlette, it does have more shaping under the bottom to ensure that you're not flattened out. If you prefer a firmer control garment, then we've got our Dixie Girdle, which is made of heavyweight, heavy-duty power mesh, and this is like literally I can hardly stretch it at all, and we've got a super wide cuff of elastic at the back of the waist to stop it rolling and to ensure it stays in place nicely. But this is for you if you prefer the traditional power mesh fabric that was used in the 1950s. This is similar to which was used then. You do have to bear in mind that it will be harder to get into because it doesn't stretch as much, so you do have to have a bit of a struggle with this one if you want it super tight and shaping. And now we've got our firmest control girdle, which is our Longline Glamour Girdle. Now with this one, it's cut very small to shape, and you wouldn't be able to pull it on. If it's going to fit the way it's supposed to fit, you wouldn't actually be able to pull it on because it would be too small. So what we've done here is we've added hooks and eyes at the front, so you can step into it and pull it up over your hips, and then do up the hooks and eyes and be totally secure. And the idea with this garment is it actually meets the back of your bra strap, so it shapes fully from hip to your bra strap, and it's ideal for if we don't currently carry your bra size. You can match this with any black or peach bra for a put together look, which goes all the way down. So if you're wearing a wiggle dress, you know, for the other girdles it's best to wear with pencil skirts and fitted skirts, but if you're wearing a super tight wiggle dress, this will shape you all the way down and will look absolutely amazing. You do have to remember that it is going to be a bit of a struggle to get into, especially doing up the hooks and eyes. And finally, we've got our Cape Panty Girdle. Now, panty girdles can come with or without garters, and obviously with panty girdles, the garters can be detached because you don't need the garters to hold the garment down. So they are quite versatile. If you wear trousers or pants a lot, a panty girdle really does come in useful because you can wear with skirts or with pants and have the choice, and you don't have to wear them with nylons either. Now, with our Cape Panty Girdle, this is cut super small, and it's amazingly shaping. Again, it's got the hooks and eyes at the front, so it's easy to get into. But we do have quite a few people sizing up in this garment. If you want to wear it super tight, then you should be able to squeeze into it in your normal size, but let me warn you, it will be tight. And I guess with shapewear, this is the aim of the game, really. If you're wearing a loose fitting shapewear, it's not going to do the job it's designed to do. So this one, don't be scared of it. Just be prepared that it will be super tight, but it does give an amazing shape under clothing, especially as it's got the elastic waistband as well, and teamed with our Cape Longline bra. This gives a really smooth line all the way down, and the two cuffs of the elastic from the Longline bra and the panty girdle meet in the middle and really cinch the waist, so it gives an amazing shape and looks beautiful. One thing that comes up quite frequently when it comes to discussing open bottom girdles is how to go to the bathroom. And you've got three options here. The first option is to not wear any underwear. The second option is to undo all the clips and then pull your underwear down and go to the bathroom. You might be able to get away with just undoing the back clips, or you might not, depending on how tight both your girdle and your underwear are. The third option you have is simply pulling the gusset to the side, which is my method of choice, and it works really well. You might be able to, or you could actually wear, especially if you're wearing French knickers, you wear French knickers over the top of your girdle, which works really well and looks really cute, and that's what they would have done in the 30s and 40s. With bigger knickers, you might be able to wear over the top, especially with our girdlettes. Our girdlette is cut, so you can wear high waist knickers over the top, and that looks great as well. But generally with standard girdles, the bottom of the girdle is too low for you to wear your underwear over the top. We do have lots more videos on our YouTube channel about shapewear, from waist cinchers to corselettes to full-on steel bone corsets. So if you are curious, please check them out. And if you do have any questions about girdles, please let me know and I'll get back to you. So in the meantime, take care.